Every YouTuber should be on this. Every news station nationally should be on this. Every paper should be on this. Every magazine, every platform should be on this, because a judge has illegally taken away fundamental First Amendment speech, and at the same time taken away my legal right to protect myself and those around me, because I live my life publicly out on the internet as an internet celebrity.
What's going on, buddy? Soloyaker here, and I really want you to understand the gravity of this. The name of the channel is called, I'm going to put it up on the screen because YouTube's really funny if they don't recognize certain letters or whatever. But in a nutshell, this video is coming from out of Otter Creek, which is in Levy County or Levy County, not really sure how you pronounce it. You're gonna have to understand everything this guy's going through, because he's had injunctions put against his First Amendment and his Second Amendment rights over public officials that are, there's so much going on here that I really want you to watch what you're about to watch. I'll speak more about it at the end of the video. I will leave links to the original, I think it's an hour and 50 minutes or hour and 56 minutes. It's a live stream. You're more than welcome to go watch it. I've tried to condense this live stream into a very short context, because the one thing about this is he wants this to get out, and I'm praying to God that he doesn't hit me with some kind of stupid copyright. But I'm doing exactly what he wants. He wants this to get out. I'm going to help try to get this out. This is, after watching this, it's insane what this guy's going through. So I'm going to let him speak about what he's going through, and then we'll come back at the end and we'll talk about it more.
I mean, he took Lynette's words with no evidence, no proof that she was bribed.
Because that's the law. The judge has to take it as truth, because that's the law.
Thank you, Harriet.
Like, this is out of control. This is seriously out of control.
It has been stressful this season, that's for sure. I mean, we've been in and out of court since the moment we arrived to Otter Creek.
Okay, 1 second. I have to let the lawyer know. All right. Here's the first thing, okay? Here's the first thing as we're going live, all right? I can't stress this enough. And most of the time I'm joking and I'm happy. I'm not happy right now at all. I am so sick and tired of the corruption in Levy County. I am so ridiculously tired of the corruption in Levy County. And by the way, Amanda Martin, I hope you're watching right now, because you're the big bombshell tonight. So, first thing, here's what I want you to do. I'm begging you. I'm not begging, I'm asking you, I'm inviting you, and at the same time begging you. My First Amendment rights have been illegally taken away from me. My rights to my own land and property have been illegally taken away from me. My right to drive on my road to access all my property has illegally been taken away from me. Now, I'm in a profession that puts myself out into the world publicly all the time, which means privacy is a premium and protection is a premium. And because of somebody else's lies, Lynette's lies about my attorney, Mark Feather, stating that she said that he tried to pay her off to make this whole case go away, which is a pathetic, pathological lie, I no longer can have guns because I'm under a temporary injunction. This is a very, very serious issue, because I was just battered tonight. And when you find out the connection of who did it, it's going to blow your mind. So, here's what I need you to do. Share this with everyone. I can't stress this enough, okay? The corruption that is going on in this court, the things that are happening, is not okay. And if it can happen to me, it can happen to you. Now, we have a meeting with Channel 20 tomorrow who's going to cover this story as well. Judge DeThomas has taken away rights. Because if they can take away, or if he can take away my right, he can take away every news station's, every channel, right? It starts with one person and it's downhill from that point. And I hope you understand that I'm 80,000 in the hole right now fighting this, not for just me, but for everyone. If he takes my right away, he can take your right away, and your rights are endangered as well. Do you understand? You typing in the chat right now is a right that you have, a fundamental right of freedom of speech.
Prayers, BC Eagle Dove.
And this judge is attacking the foundation. This lawyer, Joshua, let me emphasize,
Thank you, Catherine.
Joshua Silverman is attacking the foundation of your freedom of speech. And whether they both realize it or not, I'm fighting this fight against them for them. Because if they can take my freedom of speech away, their freedom of speech can be taken away as well. And so this is a very serious issue. My firearms, my protection have been taken away from me. And you're probably thinking, Jeremy, why not just have bodyguards? Why not have some? Do you understand? I've employed bodyguards in the past. Because of what this judge has done, I can't even have individuals around me with firearms to protect me. And I just got battered tonight. And when you see the connection of who he's related to, it's going to blow your mind. Every YouTuber should be on this. Every news station nationally should be on this. Every paper should be on this. Every magazine, every platform should be on this, because a judge has illegally taken away fundamental First Amendment speech, and at the same time taken away my legal right to protect myself and those around me, because I live my life publicly out on the internet as an internet celebrity, whether you want to call it an A celebrity, a B celebrity, a bottom of the barrel Z celebrity. I don't care what you call it. My fundamental rights have been taken away from me, and I'm fighting not only for my rights, I'm fighting for Lynette's rights as well, because she should have freedom of speech. No matter how I feel about her, no matter all the horrific things she's done, she deserves freedom of speech as well. And it's an expensive fight. The injunction is not the fight anymore. The injunction and Lynette are the sideshow of all of this. The main event is fighting for the fundamental right of First Amendment speech. I hope you grasp that, and I hope you understand that, how huge this is. If the Thomases can take away my speech, yours is next. If the Thomases can take away one YouTuber's speech, then it's 2 YouTubers, then it's 3 YouTubers, then it's 4. The largest media platform in the planet. Based off of the lies of somebody else who has a habitual pathological pattern of lying everywhere she's been in her life to everyone in her life.
And the fact that we already have established permanent civil protection orders against her and her ex-husband, or the dude that she lives on the property with, and they're not even recognizing that in the courts. I think that makes the situation...
This should never even be in the courts. If Florida would have done the right thing in the first place and enforced the civil protection orders, we would never be at this point. But no, tonight I'm trying to have dinner and I get assaulted. I'm giving you a chance to get this out to everybody you know. You have to get this story out to everyone.
Thank you for the prayers, BC Eagle Dub.
Michael Dean's already contacted Channel 20. I'll follow up conversation with them tomorrow about the Thomases fundamentally attacking the First Amendment rights of not only me, but all individuals.
And your second. Thank you, Ryland.
Now, my Second Amendment right is taken from me when I need it. I'm assaulted tonight in a restaurant eating dinner.
Michelle.
And who that person is connected to and related to is going to blow your mind. Amanda Martin. Now, as you are well aware, the state of Florida is proceeding against Lynette, or Lynette, as I try and protect her identity, but still describe her for who she really is. Exercising my freedom of speech. The state of Florida is pursuing Lynette. And as such, they grant me a victim's advocate, because in this system, I'm called a victim. Whether I call myself a victim or not, the legal system in Levy County calls me a victim. And my appointed victim's advocate, Amanda Martin.
Should not be a victim's advocate at all.
Very, very poor victim's advocate when she does inappropriate things, goes to my lawyer and says, how in the world could you represent that blankety blank? Now, who assaulted me tonight? Anybody want to guess who this individual is related to?
A lot of people in the chat are guessing. Most people are guessing someone related to the judge. Thank you, Tracy.
Give me a screenshot of who assaulted me tonight. By the way, they're searching for him right now. He's going to be arrested with battery charges. All right, this is the individual who assaulted me tonight.
Intoxicated.
This is Rhett Cunningham.
Thank you, Sadie's mama.
This is Rhett Cunningham, who assaulted me at Bubba in Chiefland. Now, anybody want to guess whose mom is Rhett's? Whose son is this? This is Rhett Cunningham in Chiefland. Whose son is this? Those who are guessing Amanda Martin, you are 100% correct.
Thank you, Don Martin.
The victim's advocate in Levy County, her son assaults me in a restaurant, interrupting my meal.
Mm-hmm. He did challenge us to figure out who he was and what his name was.
I still have his sweet tea that was dumped all over me. And my legal paperwork from the police. You think this is a problem? You think there's some corruption? You think there's some bias in the court system? Yes! You think I'm fired up? You better believe I'm so fired up. So let's talk about inciting violence and hate. Everything I have said in regards to Otter Creek is do not initiate contact with anyone whatsoever anyway, but you can always appropriately report. As a matter of fact, Levy County Sheriff has a whole slogan. If you see something...
Thank you, ordained minister. Say something.
If you see something...
Say something.
Levy County Sheriff. Amanda Martin's husband, Tom, is part of the Levy County Sheriff. If you see something, say something. You can report to the appropriate authorities all you want. Levy County Sheriff encourage you to. If you see something, say something. I've said from the very beginning, do not contact any individual that you see on our videos. Let me handle it legally. Now, you want to know how Amanda Martin has handled it in Levy County? Her son has battered and assaulted me tonight. Now, he's being arrested for battery. A judge cannot trump the law, even if a judge feels like they are higher and better than the law.
He didn't go there to have a meal like we were there having a meal with friends. He came there to start it all. And he admits it on camera that he started it all.
And it's insane that we're even at this point that we're at. What should have happened is Florida should have given us injunctions on Lynette and Crook for everything they've done. We already have them and have proven through evidence what they have done. Whether it been sexual harassment of both of us, talking about shoving things up our backsides, about putting things in our mouths, about popping caps in us, about pulling firearms out on us, as we did not give them money or promotion that they wanted. And now they got more promotion than they ever bargained for. And I bet you Amanda Martin is loving the promotion right now too, because all these people have to do is the right thing. Why is it so difficult for these individuals to do the right thing? And why would anybody keep poking a bear who's gonna swing back?
He poked bear with steak. He poked bear with steak. He poked bear with steak. Bear he does not mind.
My right to protect myself. I am an internet personality who is stalked, who gets death threats on a daily basis. This is not a joke because we don't show it to you every day. On a daily basis, I get death threats. Whether real, whether preconceived, whether spur of the moment, I get death threats on a daily basis. I need to protect myself. These death threats have come from people who have stalked me and purchased property across the street from me. I have to have my Second Amendment rights to protect myself. And the person who's supposed to be my advocate, her son, goes and batters me tonight. After being battered by the victim advocate's son, who we then find his Facebook, who has now deleted his Facebook. So he's deleted, no doubt from the one and the only, no doubt from the individual who told him to delete his Facebook. I have no doubt whatsoever, who messaged me, I'm sure Faye Moss or Amanda Martin. Oh, look at that. She changed her profile pic now again, too. I'm sure it was Amanda Martin who told him immediately delete his Facebook.
I can't read it either.
All right, Amanda Martin just deleted her Facebook as well. Amanda Martin no longer has a Facebook.
Thank you, Kim. Max Lab.
I feel like I got to go into Chief Nagy's office again over at the police station. If Chief is watching, Chief, you said that you wanted to be my full-time bodyguard. Legally, right now, I can't have you with a firearm because of what this judge is doing to me. It's insanity. And I know, Chief, you would take care of business right now. I know this wouldn't be happening to me if Mayor Dan and Chief Nagy were in charge.
Welcome, Dennis. Thank you, Jane. Tons of support, tons of love coming through in the chat right now. Tons of prayers.
Fundamentals of free speech are being attacked. The right to pursuit of happiness is being attacked. I don't know how far this good old boy system and all this corruption goes, but it's not okay. And what is okay, that officer tonight from Chiefland, he was great. The Bubba Q's team, the staff, they did everything they could to make it a pleasant experience despite what had just happened. It took them by surprise, it took us by surprise, and they still served with excellence. And at the end, I said, I don't think I tipped you enough with all of what happened tonight, and I'm sure I didn't. So here's the tip. Make sure you give your business to Bubba Q's in Chiefland. The team there, I love them.
They really are.
Every time we go, they're incredible.
Every single one of them.
Messing with people's lives on YouTube. No, those people messed with my life. But now they're being held accountable because the camera was on, which is the exact same thing that's happening to him tonight. If he hasn't been arrested already, he will be arrested. I am pressing charges. I will not back off like I backed off on Mary DeGroot.
Thank you, Erica.
Every YouTuber should be sharing this everywhere right now, understanding that if they can take my freedoms away, yours are being taken away next.
Thanks, Ron Navy.
Nobody in their right mind ever thought that George and I were going to come down to Florida this winter, and this is what was going to happen. 4 months into it, and I still don't have all my rights. My rights have been illegally taken away by a judge.
And if you really don't know about this channel, primarily what this guy does is he buys storage units. But ever since he came, I believe he came from Ohio, and he came down to Florida, bought some property, and it's called Otter Creek. It's in Levy County. And he's put money into his county. He's tried to help this county. But the one problem is all these county officials are doing the exact same thing that a lot of these county officials and these commissioners and whoever, they are so corrupt in their own ways that whenever they don't get their way, they go after the people that expose them. The same way that they come after me in Clearwater and other places because of the things that I've done, even though it's constitutionally protected, they legitimately come after your livelihood. This man has spent $80,000 so far on just legal, to fight the corruption over all the things that they're doing there. And as you heard through this video, none of this makes any sense. You know, the state should have already stopped a lot of this, but the state, you know, once again, let's give it up to the government. Let's give it up to the government. If you want to trust the government, you can trust the government. I don't trust them. I don't trust Clearwater. I don't trust a lot of them. You know, trust is earned, not given. It's not. You have to show me that you are doing the right thing, and when you're doing the right thing, then I can start believing in what you're doing. But what this county and this town is doing is unbelievable. This guy has tried to help put in water supplies and this, that, and the third. This guy is a benefit to the community, not only with his YouTube channel, but with the things that he does, because he's trying to do the right thing. But like I said, I will leave links to all the everything in the description below. As you heard in the video, he does not want you to call them. I am telling you, I'm not going to put any of their information in there because I don't want you to call them. If you do your own homework, that's on you. If you want to keep it very professional and let them know your grievances, it's one thing, but do not make threats towards this community. It's obviously he's got a good control on this, but sometimes whenever you see something you don't like, sometimes you have to voice your concerns and let your public officials know that you don't agree with it. So if you are going to call them, keep it very professional and try not to make any type of threats or anything like that, because those are actually illegal in the state of Florida. So please do not try to make any types of threats, but if you want to redress your grievances in a how you feel is a polite manner, by all means, please do it. And don't forget, hit that like, share, and that subscribe button, all that good stuff. And I'm out of here. Soloyaker. Deuces.